got a 7.5-hour drive, probably closer to 8 with stops, but just picked up in like 20 minutes, but ready for 8-hour drive, woo! Why do I do this to myself? The sacrifices for community and content. This is our home for the next 3 days. Yay! Yahoo!
Hey! Hi!
Hi! I don't know why I said it like that. Oh my god, you're so famous. Can I get your signature?
Signature.
My 666 signature. I'm just so nervous, sorry.
So what commended amount of the dedicated wham is served?
I forgot words. I'm a computer science major. I don't remember anything. I'm just a girl. Don't blame me. It's fine. I got my badge. Are you freaking kidding me? I think that's a sign. Why do I look so emo? That's a sign. Yeah. I'm ready. The first event of the day was 4x4. I'm still using Yao just like last comp, and I'm getting really comfortable with it, which is really nice, especially when moving from Redux. I wasn't sure if I would get super comfortable with trying to preserve all of the edges that I was making before solving the centers. The other cool thing is I made cutoff, finally. I only made cutoff on my second solve, but hey, as long as it's in the first two, it works out, so very happy about that. The second event of the day was 3x3 round 1, and this average was going really well at first, at least for my standards. But this average, I almost got sub 20, which I've been trying to do since I started cubing, basically. I haven't beaten my 3x3 average PR since 2019. So at first it's like, okay, usually I get one sub 20 solve every average, and I'm working on getting sub 20. But just watching the solves, I was kind of like, with each solve, I was like, outside of, that little part where okay. But for that second solve, I don't know. I keep flubbing things. I'm a flubber. Now, by the end of this solve, I was starting to realize that I might actually get my first sub 20 average, especially with that 16. I'm saying, like, if I get one more solve that's sub 20, I get a sub 20 average. And then you're about to witness the absolute beauty that comes with getting really excited about possibly getting a good average. As you can see, I solved white and yellow, and when I picked up the cube, the white center was on the back, which was not intentional. So I started solving my center. I was like, I nailed this. And then I picked it up wrong, started, moving it without looking, because that's one of the things I'm working on doing with the cross. I've been practicing planing the whole cross during inspection. So that kind of backfired on me when I picked up the cube incorrectly. And then I just kind of derped out for the rest of it. And then you can see my beautiful final time. 41.61, but thank God for an average of 5, because that one did not count. Anyway, on to Pyraminx. I learned intuitive L4E since last comp. Now, that did also kind of backfire on me because I wasn't comfortable enough with it to actually do well. Like at this point, for this first solve, I started with L4E, and then I went, oh, and then I completely froze, and then I just switched to layer by layer last second, and then just kind of said whatever. But I'm gonna keep working on it. I haven't done a lot this week for next competition, I say as I'm voicing this over. But I will get there one day. Can you believe I used to be sub 10? Look at me. You could say I've fallen off.
So behind. Thank you.
Next up, I recorded 5x5. I did not record 2x2 or Scube. I don't remember why or when it was, but I'm just saying that now. My biggest issue is preserving the block I built in the back while doing edge parity, because I just don't know how to do that, and my alg does not do that properly, so I just kind of fix it at the end and move on. But I have a lot to work on, is the gist of this. And I think it's still good to show solves that aren't great on the internet, because most of my solves aren't great, and I'm not a fast cuber. But I'm having fun, and every comp I will hopefully get better, so. Also, it is a little funny obviously I didn't make cutoff for 5x5, because, I mean, look at me. But the first solve was a 350, and the second solve was a 250, so a full 1 minute difference between solves shows how, consistent I am with 5x5. Clock was definitely the most interesting average that I had this competition. For reference, last comp I didn't make cutoff, and the cutoff was 30 seconds. For this comp, the cutoff was 20 seconds. And, I mean, I kinda killed it. But this average went shockingly well for how little I practiced clock. I think I only had one solve that was over 20 seconds, but you'll see in a minute. Now here's my PB single clock solve. That just kind of happened. I had a really good cross kind of built out for me, so it took me like 3 seconds. And then I'm just kind of working at it, and then in my head I'm not even processing the time, and then I just kind of finish it.
Is it solved?
Yep. Delegate.
And then I rub my hands together like a little fly. Three by three round 2 was kind of a mess. It is the next day, by the way, but I did not properly warm up for this, and I was just very distracted the whole time because I was thinking about other stuff. So, I mean, honestly, it was fine because I knew I wasn't gonna make round 3. I mean, look at me. But you know what? It's still an average I did and an average I got, so I'm just gonna share it anyway. last event was Megaminx. I didn't do too much new during the solve, or I haven't learned much since the last comp. I didn't really practice it, but I still got a PB single, which was really nice. I met a lot of really cool people at this competition, so I definitely had a lot of fun, and I got to meet up with some of my Mid-Atlantic friends who I don't really see very often. So it was still a great time, and I got an insane clock average for me.